All right, you know all the challenges students faced learning remotely this past year. Some parents of kids who just finished kindergarten are even considering having them repeat in the fall because they think that they just didn't advance enough. Winston-Salem Forsyth County has more than 2,300 students enrolled in kindergarten for the fall, about 1,000 fewer than last year. They're hoping that increases over the summer. GCS hasn't shared where they're at just yet. Blanca Cabla is here to talk about making the best decision for your student. Blanca, so good to see you. First question here, what should parents consider when academic skills, when considering this move?
Well, parents should consider that school is more than academics, whether it's when kindergarten level learning numbers and colors and letters, but it's also that social emotional component. This is where children learn in groups and they learn to get along and cooperate and learn to speak in front of their class. Those are also very important skills that parents should keep in mind that children will be learning and should know.
What are some other things that parents should consider before making this decision?
Well, you have to think about the short-term gain versus a long-term benefit. And so what I mean is if you feel like your child isn't learning like the numbers or the letters, you have to think about if they repeat that whole kindergarten year, do they need all that extra instruction just to advance in those certain areas? Or perhaps could there be some tutoring or another way to enrich that learning for them? And then also you have to think about children, if they're repeating that same information, for some kids, they might get bored, they might lose interest in school because it's not as challenging anymore. And if it's not as challenging, it could potentially learn into some distraction or some behavioral issues for them.
I also think about, like their friend groups and things like that. I mean, I imagine it would be jarring, but then again, at that age, is it that jarring?
That is a very, very good point that you bring up, Chad. And initially, the kids don't know the difference. But as kids get older, they're going to start comparing birthdays and how old are you? And then why didn't you come to first grade with us? Or why didn't you come to second grade? It's those types of questions that kids will start asking. And you bring up a really good point because socially, emotionally, that can do some damage there.
What about school leaders? How can they help with all this?
I say talk to your teacher, talk to your child's teacher, talk to the administration, because realize this, your child is not the only one in this situation. There are many kids in that same situation. What plan do they have for catching all the kids up so they can still stay in the same grade level and with their same group of peers? And then you can start making a decision based on what you know what the school is going to do, plus the own needs of your child. That'll help you make a more informed decision.
Proof that we will continue to see the effects of the pandemic long after the pandemic is gone. Blanca, thank you for your time. We appreciate it, and always great insight. Now, if you want to hear this conversation again, we'll post the videos to our website in just a few minutes.